Hi, Redemption Church Denver. My name is Beau Kellam. I'm a greeter at church. If you remember back about a month ago or so, when we used to meet in person at church, I probably said hey on the way in and goodbye on the way out. And since the last time we met in person at church, a lot has changed, obviously. For some people, not as much, and for others, there's been some pretty drastic changes. For some of us, we can't go to our favorite coffee shop. We can't go to our favorite restaurant or concert or sporting event. And for others, maybe it's health or a death in the family, or someone's maybe trying to teach their kid math while trying to work from home. There's all sorts of different things that you never maybe thought that you would have to try to figure out in this time, and that's really hard. And I think one of the hardest parts about the coronavirus right now and this lockdown is not having an end in sight, not having an exact date that we can look forward to as hope, a light at the end of the tunnel. And sometimes that's really hard. Right now, I know we have a tentative April 26th date, but we don't know if April 27th will be anything like what we used to do. If we can go to those concerts, go to our favorite coffee shop, if we can go back to church in person. We really don't have a time when everything will be back to normal. We don't know when that end will be. And so something that I've been looking forward to and hope is something I'm going to share with you today. And hopefully it also brings hope to you as well. And so in the Bible, we see that God in his infinite wisdom has laid out a beginning, middle, and an end. So in the beginning, we see that creation, the way that creation was supposed to be and the way that it was for a little while. God made Adam and Eve to be in perfect union with him, and all of creation was perfect. That lions and lambs would lay down together, and there were no viruses that would spread across the world and shut everything down. And they would just walk with God in the garden, and it was good. And then sin came in, and not only did it split up Adam and Eve and God, and all of humans and God, it totally wreaked havoc all over creation. And now there's, lions eating lambs, there's violence, there's wars, there's viruses that come and spread around the entire world and shut down the economy, and force us inside. And there's loneliness and depression and anxiety about what this is going to bring. People are losing their jobs. This creation is just completely cracked and broken. And that's the middle that we're in right now. That's where the Bible is written in, and that's where we're still at right now. And if the Bible just ended and it was like, hey, good luck, this is the way life is, and there's going to be these, plagues and pandemics, and good luck, and we don't know what the end is, that'd be really hard, and there wouldn't be a lot of hope. But luckily, again, God in his infinite wisdom gave us an end. He gave us revelation. And in Revelation, we see the end. Not necessarily to the coronavirus, but we see the ultimate end that we should be looking for, the hope that will come. Right now, there's a lot of weeping. There's a lot of heartache. There's a lot of pain, sickness, obviously death. And so what do we see in Revelation? We see, this is Revelation 21, 3 and 4. Then I heard a loud voice from the throne. Look, God's dwelling is with man, and he will live with them. They will be his people, and God himself will be with them and be their God. He will wipe away every tear from their eyes. Death will no longer exist. Grief, crying, and pain will exist no longer, because the previous things have passed away. And that's the hope that I have right now, is that not only will coronavirus end, but all of the problems that we have, not only in America, not only in Denver, but in the whole world as humanity, all of our problems, all of our sins, all of our weeping, our hunger, death, grief, crying, pain, it'll go away. We know the end, the ultimate end, where God redeems all of creation back to himself, back to that original perfection. All of Revelation is great that way. I know a lot of people take it out of context and say all sorts of weird things about trying to predict the end, but the way I see it is it's the hope that we have, that God wins, that God's still sovereign, that he's in control. The coronavirus doesn't change this. Nothing can change this. We are held in God's hands for this day. I don't know when it will be, but I know that it exists and that it will happen. And that's the hope that we have, that all of this will end. But until then, all we can do is pray and hope and look forward to that day. Look for the light at the end of the tunnel, that at the end of this life, that we have a new creation. That right now we are a new creation, but there will be a new creation, a good day. God has already won. We're just looking forward to that.